Imagine Earth. Not as we know it, but 4 billion years ago. No trees, no animals, no oxygen. Just storms, lightning, volcanoes, and oceans swirling with chemicals, like a giant cosmic soup. There was no life. Not even a single cell, just atoms drifting in chaos. And yet, something happened. Something unimaginable. Somewhere in that primal soup, life began. But how? How did non-living molecules suddenly organize into the first spark of biology? This is not just a scientific question, it's the deepest mystery we've ever faced. Because the answer is our origin. And perhaps our destiny. For decades, scientists have tried to explain how life could have emerged from lifeless matter. Not in myth, not by miracle, but through the cold logic of chemistry and physics. One of the most famous attempts to recreate this moment happened in 1952. Two scientists, Stanley Miller and Harold Urey, ran a now legendary experiment. They built a closed system filled with water, methane, hydrogen, and ammonia. Chemicals thought to resemble Earth's early atmosphere. Then they added a crucial ingredient, electric sparks. Simulating lightning, they let the system run for days. When they opened it, they found something extraordinary. Amino acids, the basic building blocks of proteins, of life. It was as if the universe had whispered, "Yes, this is possible." That experiment became iconic. It showed that the raw materials of life could emerge from simple reactions. But it also raised more questions. Because amino acids aren't life. They're ingredients, not recipes, not instructions, just shapes. The real mystery lies deeper. How did these random molecules begin to self-organize? How did they go from floating chemicals to chains, loops, membranes, replication? Some researchers believe the key lies in energy. Life needs a power source, not just to move, but to maintain structure. To fight entropy, the natural tendency of things to fall apart. In modern cells, energy is managed through complex systems like ATP. But before ATP, there must have been something simpler. Some theories suggest thermal vents on the ocean floor played a role. These are cracks in Earth's crust that release superheated water rich in minerals. The environment is extreme, hot, acidic, toxic. And yet even today, life thrives there. Bacteria, archaea, primitive organisms that resemble early life forms. Maybe the first sparks didn't come from lightning above, but from heat below. Inside these vents, molecules can cling to surfaces, concentrate, and react. Minerals like iron and sulfur can catalyze chemical reactions. In these tiny, bubbling pockets, order might have begun to form: proteins, membranes, cycles, not life as we know it, but something preparing to become life. Other theories look to the skies. Maybe life didn't start on Earth at all. Panspermia suggests that comets or asteroids carried organic molecules from space. These weren't alive, but they carried seeds, carbon compounds, water ice, and when they crashed into Earth, they added new ingredients to the soup. This theory doesn't solve the mystery, but it expands it. It says the recipe might be universal, not just earthly, and that changes everything. But back to the microscopic sparks. What exactly is a spark in this context? It's not just electricity, it's a threshold moment, a reaction that crosses from chemistry to biology. And we still don't know when or how that moment happened. We know that life must be able to replicate, to pass on information, to evolve. So what molecule could do that? The answer may be RNA. RNA is similar to DNA but simpler. And unlike DNA, RNA can both store information and catalyze reactions. It can act like a gene and like an enzyme. This led to the RNA world hypothesis, that before cells, before DNA, there was a world dominated by RNA molecules. Some of them, by sheer chance, folded in ways that made them self-replicate. Natural selection began. Chemistry turned into evolution. And slowly, life appeared. But even this is just a model. We've never seen it happen. And that's the problem. We don't know where the first cell came from. We don't know how it assembled. We don't know what the first organism looked like. We call it LUCA, last universal common ancestor, not the first life, but the last ancestor from which all life descended. It likely lived in the ocean. It had RNA, maybe DNA. It probably fed on hydrogen or sulfur. It was small, simple, but it won. Everything alive today, plants, bacteria, whales, humans, is its legacy. So, where are we now? In recent years, technology has advanced. We've created synthetic cells. We've coaxed molecules to replicate. We've designed enzymes that didn't exist in nature. Some researchers believe we're on the verge of creating artificial life. Not in fiction, in the lab. And when that happens, when we create life from non-life, we'll no longer be guessing how it began. We'll have watched it. But then comes the real question. If life can emerge from a few molecules and a bit of energy, does that mean it's common in the universe? Is life the exception or the rule? If microscopic sparks started the process here, why not on Europa or Enceladus or a planet orbiting a red dwarf star 10,000 light years away? Perhaps we are not alone. Perhaps life is not rare. Perhaps it's a natural outcome of chemistry and time. But here's the twist. Even if life is common, intelligent life may not be. The leap from bacteria to brain is long. It took Earth 4 billion years, and it nearly didn't happen. So maybe the universe is full of oceans, cells, chemistry, but silent. Billions of sparks. No flame. Still, when we look at those ancient experiments, those vials of gas, those electric arcs, we see something beautiful. We see a mirror. Because you are made of those molecules. Your body is built from amino acids. Your thoughts are driven by RNA and proteins. You are, in a sense, a walking spark. And the universe? It didn't just create life. It became it. So the next time you wonder where we came from, don't look to the heavens. Look to the water, the lightning, the heat. And know this. The mystery of life's origin isn't just about the past. It's about what's still possible, about what might still be happening on other worlds, in hidden oceans, or even in a lab down the street. Because the spark that started it all may not be done sparking.